It's finally time. This video will be a guide for Blaziken, so you either know how to play it when it releases or know how to play against it. It will be releasing on Thursday, and I'm so excited for this Pokemon. It's so fun. I'm so happy it's finally getting released. We had to sit through 2 mutual releases, which are, I mean, they're pretty bad, right? So Blaziken, it looks very fun, and I'm so excited to play it. It's a melee all-rounder based on attack, and it has a very unique playstyle, which of course I will show you throughout this video. For hit items, I mean, I just played something, you know, just the normal all-rounder things like attack rate, weakness policy, razor claw. What truly the best bit is, I don't know yet. There's also some other items that I will talk about on why they might not be good on this Pokemon, even though they look good on it. But before we continue, today's video is sponsored by Final Fantasy XIV Online, a massive online multiplayer game that offers dungeons, trials, raids, minigames, and a very engaging story and much more gameplay content ready for you to be explored. The massive patch 7.0 has just been revealed in the NA Fest that was held in Las Vegas, and this update includes a lot of changes like graphic improvements, new raids, new dungeons, and an entire new world continent. You can right now download and play Final Fantasy XIV Online with a free trial until level 60 with unlimited game time. The full game and this free trial is available on PS4, PS5, Windows, Steam, and Mac. And one of the best features Final Fantasy XIV Online has to offer is that you can play every single class with just one single character, so you can always easily switch around depending on what class you want to try out next. You can also upgrade from a free trial to the full game and carry over your entire in-game progress. Join me now in Final Fantasy XIV Online and download the game right now for free with the link in the video's description. We start the game off as Torchic. We have Aerial Ace and Ember as our basic moves. Ember, similar to Delphox, is a straight line skill shot. This will be your last hitting tool with Ace together, and then Ace, you will dash through a target. If you hit a target, you can dash again. So if you use this like, you know, together, like some other Pokemon, this will be your main last hitting tool and lane Ember and Ace at the same time. Then we go through a target and we can Ace back out as well. This Pokemon doesn't have a boost auto attack. As you can see right here, there's no gauge building up under my HP bar, but instead there's something building up under our opponents, which is that red mark. And after we hit 5, this gets proc with every our basic attacks or our basic moves. And once we get to 5, the enemies take extra damage. And proccing this mark will also heal us. You can see right here, I'm going to proc 5 hits. You can see we also get healing. And under 50% HP, we also get even more healing. On level 5, we evolve for the first time and we pick up our first move. As you can see, we only have one option right now because Blaziken is very different to other Pokemon. And we'll showcase that, of course, in a tiny bit. So Blaze Kick for now pushes targets into direction. They get slowed and just get shoved with this as well. In the end, they get slowed. And if you knock someone into a wall, they get stunned as well. So it's very nice. And of course you want to try, it's actually quite a long stun as well, you want to try to stun people into walls. You can even combine it with the eject button, so Blaze Kick into eject button works. Even something like this, if you Blaze Kick towards this side and eject button into your opponents, it still works as well. On level 7 we have our second move, which is Overheat, which has good combination with Blaze Kick. It's similar to Wicked Blow Urshifu, but you can't walk. So you charge up this huge area, and after a certain amount of time, it maxes out, and it will also shove your opponent. So after it reaches this line, it does the most damage, but even like this, you can see this does 595, and this one does 1190. So while charging up, it already gets more damage, and then it maxes out at this entire duration, and it also shoves opponents away. If you don't reach that half point, it will not stun, and if you wait too long, it will time out and just happen on its own. So yeah, of course, very basic combo. You know, we do Blaze Kick into Overheat onto opponents for a lot of damage. Or you just wait in a bush, wait for someone to face check, and you do an Overheat and then maybe Blaze Kick into a wall as well. And Overheat also makes you unstoppable, so you can't get interrupted unless you get Slowbro Night moved, which also makes it quite strong with not a lot of counterplay, except for dodging it, of course. You can also eject buttoning during the Overheat, so like this. So you can actually eject button, which is, I think we can also do on the final damage, like this. So eject button is going to be very good on Blaziken, doesn't matter what, because we can combine it with a lot of our moves. Now for the big part. Now you guys have to be ready. Level 8. We pick up our Unite move on level 8 as well. And it's going to switch our stands into different stands. So we're going to use it right here. And let me first do another Blaze Kick. Also let me turn on the cooldowns maybe so you guys can see it. But yeah, we're going to switch our moves like this. We do damage around us and we get a move speed bonus on this version. And then we get 2 new entire moves. We have Focus Blast and Fire Punch. You can see the cooldown on switching around. If we switch back to these 2 moves, we get a bonus attack damage. And I'm going to switch around again, and then we get move speed. So Focus Blast is pretty much Hadouken. You just throw out a huge blast. It's going to explode on the first Pokemon it hits, and does damage around. And then we have a Fire Punch and also slows, of course. So right here, you can see the opponent is slower. It has a good amount of damage. And then Fire Punch, we can dash through a target, and if we hit a target, we can dash again. So similar to Aerial Ace, but you can actually decide where your Fire Punches go. So you don't just go in a straight line. It's similar to Blaze Kick. So look at my left touch screen right now. I'm going to do up and then right. Oh, wait, no, let me do it again. I do up and then right, and you can see I will go to the right. I do up and left, and I will go to the left, and you can do it on all of these. You can even go back and forth, you can see. So similar to Blaze Kick, you can decide where you want to go, which is also very nice and feels very fluent to play as well. You know, it's not just like, oh, it's just a dash and that's it, another dash. But no, you can actually decide where you want to go. You can disengage, you can chase, you can get into position, right, for your other moves. There's going to be a lot of combos I want to talk about that are going to be very, very useful as well. So first, before combos, let's level up. We get on level 11 Fire Punch Plus, which I think just increases our damage. Same for this move, just more damage in general. And then we have level 13 for our next ones. This one stuns longer. So you can see the stun is insane. You can see it's dizzy for such a long time. And this one now has an even more increased slow. You can see this Baltoy is super, super slow from it and is barely even moving. So what I did on test servers, I always started in this form when I engaged the fight, right? So I did like a Focus Blast, went in with Fire Punch, did a few basic attacks, switch around, knocked into a wall, into an overheat. That's pretty much just how I played this Pokemon. But there's a lot of other things you can of course do as well. You can start in this form, and you can always just like, you know, get in range. So your Fire Punch, you like move away like this, and then you get in position, win the Blaze Kick into an overheat. But yeah, I pretty much always started in the Hadouken form because it slows from far away, right? You want to slow from far away. You can catch up your opponents, you can do a few basic attacks. And let me actually get this further away from the wall so I can maybe do it a bit better. So again, starting in this form right here, do some damage, get our Razor Claw procs in as well. And you can like do this, you can switch around and then knock them into a wall, into an overheat. But of course you can also start in this move, so if someone's like face shaking into you, also quite nice. And then you can use the other move also like to just escape. So let me get this into this position. It actually knocks so far away. It's crazy. So someone walks into the bush, of course, right? You do like a overheat. They get pushed. Then you knock them into wall. Then you switch around. You do some of these. And you can use Focus Blast as a, you know, finisher as well. Besides that, I think you just want to spam your moves as much as you can, right? Make sure you make use of that Unite move. Now, see, now if we're having such a low cooldown, I want to talk about the items as well. You'll be like, okay, Buddy Berry Energy Amplifier is going to be good on this Pokemon, similar to Dragapult, which is not, because it's actually similar to Dragapult. Energy Amp has a 30-second cooldown, and Buddy Berry has a 1-minute cooldown, which makes it not really worth items. But you change your moves around a lot. Just use your moves whenever you can. I think you just spam Unite move on cooldown if you can. And it can also have good last hitting, right? Because you're unstoppable, similar to Wicked Blow Shifu. You can't get interrupted. You can easily get last hits. Also, another tip: whenever a new Pokemon comes out, you can try to understand how the last hitting threshold is, right? So if I do like an Amber Ace onto a last hit right here, you can see how much damage it did to an NDD. And then we can try to figure out how much damage we actually need to do to get a last hit. So I'm going to get a bit lower now, like this, and now I do this. And now I know that I can get the last hit. Also for bunnies, because bunnies are a bit squishier. So this is the threshold right here. You can see it's around like 40% of the HP. So one more basic attack now. Okay, now it's a bit too low. You can also, of course, combine it with your passives then, right? Because your passive also does more damage, which I think is going to be a bit more difficult. So I don't know if you can really rely on getting those like 5 stacks successfully onto something, but like right here, the 5 stacks are on. If I do Ember into Ace now, the passive procs as well, and it takes a lot of damage at the same time. I hope you guys found this guide useful. This Pokemon can be played either on top, mid, or bot path. I think it can pretty much go anywhere and have a lot of success on. I'm looking very forward to it. I hope you guys are too. So let me know in the comments if you're going to buy it on day 1, or if you're going to buy it with coins as soon as it comes out. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!